Most people think once they fill out an advance directive, the work is done. They check the box, they name a surrogate, they put the document in a drawer, and they assume that if a crisis ever happens, everything will go smoothly. But naming someone is not the same as preparing them. And when preparation is missing, conflict is predictable. Imagine this. A woman completes her advance directive years ago. She listed her mother as her healthcare surrogate. At the time, that made sense. But years later, when she becomes critically ill, her mother's own health prevented her from serving as a surrogate. So the role defaults to the next legal decision maker, in this case, her brother. And now the brother is making decisions in the ICU. But friends question whether he truly reflects her wishes, not because he does not love her, but because they are not sure he understands what she values. This is not uncommon, and it reveals something important. Choosing a surrogate is not about who loves you the most. It is about who can carry your value clearly under pressure. A strong healthcare surrogate is someone who can tolerate medical information without shutting down. They can separate their own fear from your own stated wishes. They can communicate with clinicians calmly. And most importantly, is willing to follow your values even if they would choose differently for themselves. That last part matters because in crisis, emotions get loud. If your surrogate has never had a real conversation with you about what matters most, they are left trying to interpret your wishes in the middle of shock. That's when conflict grows, not because people are malicious, but because clarity was never built ahead of time. It's also important to understand that if the person you name is unable to serve, decision making often follows a default hierarchy defined by state law. And those defaults may not reflect relational trust. That's why conversation matters as much as documents. If you have completed an advance directive, ask yourself, have I had an actual conversation with the person I named? Do they know what outcome I would find unacceptable? Do they understand my limits, not just my hopes? Have I revisited this document as relationship and health circumstances change? Preparation is protection. Clear communication reduces the burden on your loved ones. And choosing the right surrogate is less about loyalty and more about alignment. In serious illness care, I often see conflict that could have been prevented with one honest conversation years earlier. Autonomy guides decisions. Emotions deserves space, but preparation prevents chaos. I would love to know, have you had a real conversation with the person you name as your surrogate? Leave me a comment below. If you haven't revisited your advance directive recently, this may be your invitation to do so, not out of fear, but out of clarity.